Good evening, everybody. Let's call this meeting to order. First order of business, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on the agenda, oath of office administered to the Superintendent of Schools.
I, Joseph Riga, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Superintendent of Schools of the White Plains City School District, White Plains, New York, according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to elect Ms. Michelle Melendez as temporary chairperson?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ms. Michelle Melendez, our brand-new board clerk, in her first meeting. I, Michelle Melendez, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of District Clerk of the City School District of the City of White Plains, New York, according to the best of my ability.
It was Bashit.
Okay. Next on the agenda, oath of office administered to the new board members elected in May, Cheryl Brady and Charlie Norris. Are y'all gonna read together?
Should we do it together?
We try.
We've done it before.
In perfect harmony.
I state your name.
Who's going to harmonize?
Pass that down. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of the City School District of the City of White Plains, New York, according to the best of my ability.
That was
Cheryl carries.
It's like you've worked
together
for
15 years.
Okay.
She does that for the soprano section as well.
Next on the agenda, election of the president of the board.
I hereby nominate Rosemary Eller to be president of the Board of Education.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of President of the Board of Education of the City School District of the City of White Plains, New York, according to the best of my ability. I will now turn over the meeting to you. Thank you, thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you. Next, we will have, may I have a motion for Vice President of the board?
So I hereby nominate Kane Letizia, who is currently sitting in Philly, to be Vice President of the Board of Education.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, and he will,
Dr. Letizia will take his oath of office
Right.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
yep. Next, we have the approval of the resolution establishing the meetings of the Board of Education as noted on the agenda. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion for appointments 3 through 10 on our reorganization agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Do we have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Excuse me.
Are you okay?
What?
Do you have a question?
Oh, no,
Oh, it was an aye. It was an aye, right? Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
Before you're drinking, may I just say one thing? I'd just like to thank all of the trustees and all of the folks at Ed House and throughout the district who helped to bring the reorganization agenda together. It's a great deal of work and a great deal of effort, greatly appreciated, and also greatly appreciated that you all read it over the holiday weekend, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think I can speak on behalf of all of us that we do know the effort that goes into it, and it's once a year. So, you know, it's just one of those things you remember one time, and then you move forward. And with our new clerk of the board, I think you did a marvelous job, and we thank you. We welcome you officially
Thank you.
to your first reorganization meeting, and now your first board meeting. May I have a motion to close the reorganization meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we can take a little break for those of you who came only for the reorg. If you wanna. You're staring at somebody. Okay, it's okay to step out, but thank you.
He's sticking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one.
He's the only person in the room that could say no to the president.
You really can't.
Next, welcome to our first board meeting of our new school year. As we've already said, our pledge, I would like to not say that again. We've already done that. Next, we have a new agenda item. Under item 9, under individual action, I would like to add an addenda to the agenda for administrative appointment. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
So we will have that there.
The addendum is Valerie.
Yes, yes. And while we are doing addenda to the agenda, we have another change. Under item 7H, Gregory Darrell, I would like to move that we rescind the offer for him alone under that item. May I have a motion?
So moved to remove that name that you just mentioned, Madam Chair, Gregory Darrow, from the agenda.
Yeah. Second? Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we've taken care of the changes. Okay. Next, we do have our mission statement. The mission of the White Plains Public Schools is to educate and inspire all students while nurturing their dreams so they learn continually, think critically, pursue their aspirations, and contribute to a diverse and dynamic world. Next, we will move to our superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Congratulations again. Congratulations to our new trustees. And thank you for your continued commitment to our children. I'd like to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Hopefully you enjoyed the holiday weekend. It turned out to be an okay weekend. They were calling for some rainy weather, but it turned out to be okay. But of course, unfortunately, the holiday weekend was punctuated with another incident of murder, mass murder, this time in Illinois. You know, as we always do, we offer our support to our community members in Highland Park, but at the same time, we continue to offer our voices as representatives of a community which greatly desires peace, and we look for ways in which we can achieve that peace. And so we'll continue to do so. I want to thank and congratulate the class of 2022. They really had a tremendous send-off at commencement, and we're so proud of them. This year's graduating class is headed for all sorts of amazing opportunities, whether it be college or university, whether it be career, military service. A number of you recognized and saw we had a number of pre-service Marines this year. So we are so proud of the class of 2022, but we're also proud of all of our Tigers who are moving up and matriculating into the next grade level, into the next challenge. And next year will again bring an opportunity for growth and an opportunity for all of our students and all of us to continue to learn, grow, and improve. So congrats to the graduates and congrats to everybody else who will be returning with us next year. But I also want to offer a very, very warm welcome to our littlest Tigers, our kindergartners, who we're so excited to be welcoming, the newest class. And I can tell you from talking to moms and dads and guardians, they're very excited too. And Dr. Hand has been working very hard, as well as a number of our team members, to get everybody ready and prepared. So that's going to be exciting also. We're looking at, when all is said and done, probably somewhere around 94, 97%, depending upon how we end up with our summer school and regents schedule this year in graduation. But really a really great high number, a percentage of graduates. So that's really a testament to our parents and guardians in our community as well. Summer programming's underway. I was just talking about summer school that kicked off, and I know Mr. West and the team are doing a great job with our Tigers. We are also actively discussing Regent scores and how Regent scores will or will not be factored into overall grades moving forward. And I know Mr. Martinez and the team at White Plains High School is going to be working diligently to have conversations related just to that. Summer work is underway, and a lot of personnel appointments, as you saw this evening's agenda. And of course, we will probably come to you and beg you for a special meeting between now and the scheduled August meeting, so that we can put some finishing touches on what we need for the beginning of the academic year, which will be here right before we know it. And I wanted to take a moment, because I know we've had a lot of conversations with members of our community, and we do sort of annually about transfers. And transfers are oftentimes a really challenging thing. What I'm referring to is transfers of personnel members throughout the district. And I know that is, in many instances, not welcome news. And that's completely understandable. But what I do want to share is that these are very, very complex undertakings that have a lot of connecting points all throughout the school district. These are not one-off, isolated situations where one employee is moved from one position to another sort of haphazardly. So I do want to offer that to our community, that when, first of all, we hear everything that folks share with regard to how they feel about transfers. But we also want folks to understand and to know that those are part of a much bigger picture of movement. So if, for instance, Mr. Pepper was a fourth grade teacher last year, and you were really looking forward to having Mr. Pepper as a fourth grade teacher next year, but he's going to be teaching sixth grade, not only did Mr. Pepper move, but there were probably 3, 4, 5, or even 6 other transfers that facilitated the overall objective of those changes. I know that doesn't make it feel good for people who wanted to have Mr. Pepper, but the overall objective is to make sure that our children are best served all throughout the organization. So I offer that not in any way, shape or form as a way to take away a feeling of loss if somebody's feeling loss from a transfer, but to offer explanation. As an example, Dr. Crawford will be moving back from Church Street to Ridgeway. And you'll remember at this very meeting last year, when we shared that Dr. Crawford was moving from Ridgeway to Church Street, there was, we talked a lot about how folks felt about that. These changes in the school district represent the dynamic and complex nature of our school district, but it also is representative of our desire to every single year analyze where our personnel, right, where our human resources are allocated, and then where they can be best allocated for the next year to best serve our kids. So again, just offer that as consideration. I want to also congratulate and welcome new team members who are joining us every day this summer, and looking forward to spending more time with them, getting to know them. We have construction planning that's going to be coming, and we're going to need some time to discuss that, and that'll be coming up, as well as growth and improvement opportunities for us for goals setting for the next year. So all very exciting stuff. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we move to public participation, just wanted to take a moment for any announcements from the board. I can say, you know, the end of June is a special time. The graduations, you know, it's always exciting to see, you know, our kids go off into the world, and with a pledge to change it, or with the intent to change the world. And even though I think I still get a little choked up, I feel like I'm letting my kids go, but that's the life, right? That's life, and that's what we prepare them from the moment they come into the district. We all went to graduations, we spoke, and even those were so emotional, because now the 5th graders are now going to Eastview, 6th grade, and you just don't know how that happened so quickly. I can tell you, I was fortunate enough to be at the school, the elementary school where it started for my kids, and that was truly a blessing, I thought, and an opportunity to see his teachers are still there, and just really embrace, you know, where they start and how they move through the continuum. That's White Plains. And, you know, the success of our students really reflects on us, not only as a school, but as a community, because it takes an entire village. So I just wanted to say that. I had opportunity to attend the Retired Teachers Luncheon, where they do award scholarships to our students. And at that luncheon, I did say to them, I don't know why they call it the Retired Teachers Luncheon. Let's just call it a luncheon, you know, a luncheon from our teachers, because these are people that truly do not retire, because education is the fabric of their life. And that is what makes us special. So I was very happy to be able to speak there on behalf of the board. Any other comments?
Just a couple. One was I sadly missed a couple of the luncheons because I had COVID round 2, but I'm doing okay, teaching STEM classes again. There was something that we all noticed at graduation that was very interesting. So at the end of the graduation, again, which was on the football field, all of the students spontaneously, after they threw their hats, rushed and were hugging each other. And none of us had ever seen that before. I think, I was doing the math, I think that was my 18th or 19th consecutive graduation. Yeah, and I don't know if it was we were talking, I don't know if it was a function of them being together after a couple of years from COVID or what have you, but it was just really beautiful to watch, that all of these kids just coming together, and it did say something about our community, and it said something about, you know, who we are and what we value. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. Anything else?
So I had the opportunity as well to attend several of the retirement parties for our staff members. And, you know, as sad as it is to say goodbye, and we lost quite a few very, very senior, that doesn't sound right. We lost some very talented staff members. I just want to congratulate all of them again and wish them luck as they begin this new part of their journey. And just to comment on something Rosemary mentioned, I also was able to speak at graduation, at Moving Up, where my children attended school, and you know, Rosemary said something about the continuum of White Plains and how we keep moving forward. My youngest daughter was the last class in the old Post Road. And so now my right? She's sitting there going, yes, I remember her. So returning now to the new Post Road, which is more than 10 years old already, is just so different for me. But it'll always be home to me and to my family.
It's where my kids grew up, where they started their journey here in White Plains. And yes, there is a continuum. We do move forward. We change, hopefully for the better. And I would also like to congratulate all of our graduates this year.
And it's important to mention that while we did have any number of teachers and paraprofessionals retire this year, we also had a tremendous number of teachers who gained tenure this year, and they were lucky enough to be mentored by many of these master teachers. So the continuum is there, and it's not that we've lost that, they've passed that on.
I will just mention that I attended one of the moving up ceremonies, not at my children's elementary school, but one of the things I really love about being a board member is that all the schools and all the children are kind of ours. And what was also interesting is that there were teachers there that did teach my children at a different elementary school and had moved to this elementary school and were part of now the fabric of, a new school. But really just wonderful to be able to, be among all the children in the district and feel that we are connected to all of them.
I just have a couple of thoughts and comments as we start this year. First is Happy New Year, right? It's a new school year for all of us, and that's really terrific. And it's great that we came through with, and it came through with a very interesting year that we just had. And I think we're on the right path. So I don't think I'm a really great prognosticator there. I mean, we know we're on a great path. So it's just
Your
great
crystal ball.
yeah, it's just really great to see us moving in that right direction. Wonderful to see graduation. And we had great weather. It wasn't like we were in the French fry warmer like the year before.
The air fryer.
Although we worried about the rain a little bit, and it held out right to the end. So I think we did
Right
okay.
to the end, right?
But again, I think it was really terrific. Joe, you mentioned something about all the work for the reorg that begins. And I know that this begins during the budget season because that's, why not throw another log on the fire when things are tough? So again, thanks for everyone for getting everything in order and making it work, especially the second day of the second working day of the fiscal year. So it's a lot of work to do this now. We did something here. We reelected a new vice president for the board tonight, and that's after many years of Charlie Norris serving as our board vice president. I know it, and I think we all know it here on the board, Charlie, but certainly thank you for your time, and I know your guidance and your stewardship has not gone unnoticed, I think, by any of us. And I know Kane is certainly fortunate to still have you here to do that. And with that, congratulations on another term, and to Cheryl, congratulations on another term. It's really terrific to be working with you again. Madam Chair, Madam President, congratulations again for another year. Thank you for volunteering and putting yourself out there to do this role, because I think what a lot of people don't realize is the time that it really takes to do this, and the dedication and the phone calls and the contact time. And you put yourself out there, and I think you really do a terrific job in doing that. And again, I think it's our time to be able to, or my time to be able to thank you for that as a board member. And I think that's really been terrific. So that's where we are right now. I think we're moving forward. I know there's a lot of work going on at the high school. A lot of schoolwork, a lot of other things going on, a lot of construction, a lot of dirt flying. So it's terrific. Really looking forward to a great year.
Thank you, Jim. And it's really just the collaboration of all of us. I think we're just a real good team. We're change agents. We have to be fluid in this day and age. So I appreciate every single one of you in ways I know I've told you many times. So thank you.
Just wanted to respond to Jim. So I did a lot of thinking as I was planning to run again with Cheryl. I'm happy to serve with you, Cheryl. And I thought, I won't be here forever. And it's important that we grow capacity. So I had informed the board that I would step back from being an officer, at least for this year, so that we could put Kane in the seat and grow from within. I think that's really important. And some of the ideas and some of the things that he brings. And Rosemary, even though we're not sitting right next to each other, she still showed me a note. So she wanted me to mention, because we forgot to mention, that Cheryl and Rosemary and I don't know who else, if anybody else, we were at the fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
And what was really wonderful was to see the community out again after a couple of years, and to see, it's great to see you can see who the incoming freshmen are from the high school. They're sort of running in a pack, and the kids going into Eastview, and the bonding that goes on. And it's a real special thing.
It's a real community event.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but anyway, Jim, thank you. And it's really an honor being in the seat, whether I'm an officer or not. I love the kids, passionate about it, as passionate as I've ever been. Gives Annie a break from eating out a couple of nights a week. But thanks, everybody, and I really look forward to this coming school year.
Thank you.
You know, we talk about a continuum. Charlie, we're not letting you off that easy. I remember when Kane was elected, and I felt as the next newest board member at that time, I sat him down and gave him some tips about being the newest, right? But how fortunate is he to still have one of our senior board members here to train him, to teach him, to lead him, and to not leave him in that spot where he has to just learn on his own. One of our seniors, 15 years, is it?
This is the beginning of our 16th year.
16, and our newest board member now moving up. So I think that's just a great compliment to each other.
Thanks.
Next, we're going to move into the public participation section of our agenda. We will entertain comments from the public on any issue with the time limit of 3 minutes per person, and the session will be a maximum of 25 minutes. We ask that you respect the privacy and dignity of whatever you're speaking about, and know that our administration will be happy to address matters of a more personal nature, that they will be happy to address those privately should you wish further discussion. So having said that, if you have any public participation, please, I guess just raise your hand, stand to the podium, and please state your name and your address, and please address the board. So the first person? Oh, sir, I think we had, you came first. Would you like to go? Yes, doesn't matter? Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sean Ivers, and I graduated from White Plains High School last year. Unfortunately, I heard that yet again, Dr. Martouche was being relocated from her position at Highland Middle School. I was astonished that this was happening again to more students, and I'm here because I don't want other students to keep going through the same trauma that happened to me right before graduation. It takes a lot of time to build trust with someone before I'm comfortable talking about the anxieties, unhealthy feelings, and emotions that build up when you struggle with mental health. Mental health is something I have struggled with every day since I was in elementary school. And with the help of Dr. Martouche, I finally felt like I had gotten a handle on things before the ground was ripped from under my feet, only 6 weeks before I was supposed to graduate. There was no consideration for students' mental health and how it might affect them. When I found out, I was furious, and I tried to stand up for myself. I asked for help. My mom and I contacted Dr. Ricca, because we thought he'd be able to rectify the situation, or at least give us a straight answer. Instead of leaving it as it was, he instigated and made things worse with what he said. He sent the message that he could not care about mental health, and it was not a big deal to him. He told us, direct quote, it's only 6 weeks, what's the big deal?
No, I'm sorry, I have to stop you. You're attributing that to what I said?
Can you let me speak? This
Yeah,
is
you
very
have to
hard
tell the
for me.
truth when you speak.
I'm telling the truth. You told my mom,
Yeah.
with me on the phone, that it was not a big deal and there was only 6 weeks. I thought to myself, how could he say that? I looked up to him. I thought he cared for all students. Telling me my problems weren't a big deal broke my parents' spirit. I realized he meant he cared for all. I realized he meant he cared for all students without mental health concerns or needs. I wasn't a student he cared about. I would say that to him, that's not a big deal. After what he said, I could not get out of bed for weeks. I didn't talk to my friends. My grades plummeted. I did not care about graduating. I quit tennis and I should have lost my job. The decision makers told us that if we wanted to get the services we needed, we would have to find a way to get to Highlands Middle School, which I truly believe was an illegal proposition. If it weren't for Dr. Martouche fighting for me, going above and beyond and giving up her free time to continue sessions at Highlands Middle School, I wouldn't have made it this far in my life or through my first year of college. The fact that everyone who was given a chance to have sessions at Highlands with Dr. Martouche decided to instead of fading away, which shows us that having the same counselor is essential. I want to clarify that forcing students to travel to a different school to get their needed help was a disgusting workaround, illegal or not. The school district has to stop hurting students and their families. Stop this before something happens that you can't turn your back to. Thank you.
Thank you.
I apologize for
Mr.
breaking.
Ricker, I'm sorry, but I was told that this was not a place to converse at the moment.
Oh, no, I get to respond.
Okay.
I apologize for cutting you off before, but I was shocked. And I'm sorry, ma'am, you were the one that I supposedly said this to?
No, you said it to both of us because he was on the phone with me when I told you.
So, as I look you in the eye right now, here's what I'm going to tell you. I would never, ever, ever have said I didn't care. Never. I would never have told you to go to Highlands to seek services during the last 6 weeks of school. Never. I can understand, respect, and appreciate being upset with a transfer of a loved and trusted confidant. But what I must ask is that when you demonstrate your displeasure, that you tell the truth. And I would never have said anything like that, or even close to it. So I apologize. And I'm in public right now, and I'm apologizing to you
I just
for...
want to ask, are you accusing me of lying?
No.
And what does that mean?
I'm just telling you that's not what I would never have said it.
No, I just want
So what I want to say to you is I want to apologize to you, because I would never, ever, in a million years, ever wanted you to be hurt or upset. And certainly, if there was anything, even to this day, that I could do right now to help you, I would. So I apologize for what you went through and what you felt. And certainly, if there's any way that I can help you, I would do it. And again, I apologize for cutting you off.
Thank you.
I'm Claire Delgado, and I live at 67 Topham Road in White Plains. Hello, everyone. I'm tired because I spent all day on a plane.
I'm sorry, can I
it's
ask
really-
you to speak
yeah.
just a little bit
really
louder
hard
or
to
move
hear.
the mic just a little bit?
Just blow right to
Yeah,
you. There you go.
thank you.
There you go, thank you.
I'm Claire Delgado, and I live at 67 Topham Road in White Plains. Hello, everyone. I'm a little tired because I spent all day in a plane from Florida alone so I could speak to you today. As a student at Highlands Middle School, my life had changed dramatically due to the support from Dr. Martouche. Without her, I don't see myself being able to complete 8th grade at Highlands. The district keeps telling us mental health is a top priority, yet their actions say otherwise. If mental health mattered to the district, they would have not shuffled counselors around like board game pieces and take my primary support in school. I do not feel safe, and I have lost trust in the district. I won't talk to a new counselor. I don't know if the next person will have my best interests or the schools. And what's the point of building a connection if I just lose the person when I go to high school? Before I met Dr. Martouche, I was lost. I transferred schools several times and had multiple therapists and psychiatrists that couldn't treat me. I listened and I tried countless methods of coping mechanisms that they gave to help me to try, but none of them were good for me. I lost all hope. I told every single one of them my entire life story, but none of them saw me as anything more than a case file. I felt as if I was just a speck of dust in an unforgiving universe. But Dr. Martouche made me feel special, as if I was a unique star that helped light up this world. To me, Dr. Martouche is different from the rest. I immediately felt her warmth and how she unconditionally cared for all the students. She once told me, trusting people with a secret of mine doesn't mean they're going to keep it to themselves. That opened my eyes and helped me avoid some of the issues that I was having. So I want to trust you with a secret of mine. I count on Dr. Martouche, and I don't know what I would do without her. So please, tell everyone, we need Dr. Martouche to stay at Highlands. Students and families are aware of the words and the actions of the district leadership do not match in regard to mental health, and we're asking the board to please show us that we matter. We already cried for help, and we're told that Dr. Martouche will be moving to MAS Elementary School, whether or not it would affect students. Dr. Ika, please, for all the students and me in Highlands, you would be hurting by separating them from Dr. Martouche. Please don't allow this to happen. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your public comments. I just want to reiterate that, the administration is here and available to discuss these matters. We understand the importance. So please, if you want to have further discussions, our administration is available to you.
Yeah, absolutely, anytime. Anytime.
Okay.
And if we can do more to provide transitional support services and introductory services and opportunities as well, we will absolutely facilitate, or we will absolutely make that happen too. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Next, we'll move into our summary action items. We have summary action items for.
Anybody else?
Oh, do we have any other public participation? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. We have summary action items 4 through 8. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to thank the generosity of the following donors. We're so grateful. $5,000 from Catherine Greatwood for the Christian Gianola Science Scholarship, $500 from Jason Bayuk for the Barbara O'Garrow Memorial Scholarship, $150 from Tom Bomber, and $66 from Kevin Brown for the Brown Family Memorial Scholarship, $2,500 from Teresa Stagg for the Arthur Mickey Stagg Service Award, $2,500 from Teresa Staff for the Mark Stagg and Stephen Shell Business Achievement Scholarship, $50 from Mark Weinstein for the Charlie Jenkins Memorial Scholarship, and $500 from the Equitable Foundation for a grant for a high school student. Thank you so much to our generous donors.
Thank you for that. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we'll go to individual action items. Action items A, we have the authorization for the board president to execute employment agreements and amendments to employment agreements. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, under 9B, we have the recommended approval of the resignations of Merle Jackson, Assistant Principal of Ridgeway Elementary School, effective at the close of business on August 11, 2022. Approval of the resignation of Valerie Cadet Simpkins, Assistant Principal, Middle School Highlands, effective at the close of business July 31st, 2022. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I just say too how much, we
Yeah.
appreciate, okay, we're all going to say
Say
that.
the same thing.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
appreciate their service and dedication to our students and to our schools, communities, and they are moving up.
Congratulations to them.
They're
Yes,
moving
yes.
up
New
and out into bigger positions, and it's really important to us that we create capacity in our administrators and in our staff in general, so that they do have the ability to go out and grow professionally. So thank you.
We certainly wish them the best of luck.
Absolutely.
Next, we'll move on to the individual action item C. We have the recommended approval to rescind the temporary appointment of Tara Daly, interim assistant principal, middle school Highlands, and that is effective April 18, 2022 through June 30th, 2022, and she replaced Mr. Eden. Then we have the recommended approval of the leave of absence of Tara Daly, social studies teacher, and temporary appointment as interim assistant principal at Highlands, and that was effective for April 18, 2022 through June 30th, 2022. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Lots of moving pieces. Next, we have our policies. We have the recommended approval of policies for which there have already been first readings. The first adoption is the policy on parental involvement. The second is controversial topics. And the third is the exhibit school approach.
Oh, that's the exhibit for the parental involvement.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
Sorry.
Okay. Because I see 3 and I'm talking about 2.
You got it,
Okay, okay.
Two policies.
Okay, so we've had first readings on those, and any comments, if any, have been considered. I don't really think there were any.
Been through our policy
We've been through a
committee.
lot of policies.
Yeah.
They've been
Yeah.
through, yeah.
May I have,
Yes,
may I have a motion?
so moved.
A second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, our last individual item is an administrative appointment, and that is the appointment of Valerie Lakestrom, who will be replacing Ms. Lisa Pinero. Her current assignment will be Director World Language and the ENL programs for K through 12. This begins August 1st, 2022 through July 31st, 2026. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions?
Just, Madam Chair, I'm going to abstain on this.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
And I
Thank
abstain.
you.
Welcome.
Yes, and we know, yeah. And we note Jim's abstention
Yes.
from this, and we welcome you. I don't know if you want to say.
Well, I would like to say congratulations and welcome officially. Thank you so much, and you know, it was a long process. I want to thank all the members of the search committee who were part of that process, and look forward to August. It's coming fast. Congratulations. Welcome to the family.
Yes, yes, congratulations. We certainly look forward to working with you. Before we go to board committee reports, which I don't think we'd really have any at this point, I do want to acknowledge John Shepherd in the back, working quietly to make sure that our meetings are televised. And as we begin a new year, I would be remiss in not mentioning what a pivotal part that you play in ensuring that our meetings are communicated to the public at large, even if they are not physically sitting here. It's a very important role. It ensures an equitable approach in all that we do. So we thank you this year as we do every year, but wanted to start off this meeting with a special thanks and recognition. So thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we've had our first meeting of the new fiscal year, and it is now over. We've welcomed new people. We've welcomed our new clerk of the board. We thank everyone who brought forth comments today to us. And again, please know our administration is here to further discuss anything that you want to share. And with that, may I have a motion to adjourn our first meeting of the new fiscal year?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Happy New Year.